This is 3 News First Edition.
Moving forward with plans to demolish a popular Coastal Bend hospital. Why some want the petition to move. Plus, an update on a boy shot in a triple homicide over the weekend. The latest on that investigation. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Thomas Cobos. It is 5 a.m. Wednesday, September 17th. Jay Monreal has the morning off.
And I'm meteorologist Alan Holtz. Yesterday, we were talking about numerous showers in the area. We totaled over a half inch out at the airport yesterday morning. Today, vastly different, much drier here on our radar. We're not talking about the rain showers that we were talking about yesterday. So we're looking at a much drier day for the day today. It's a bit tropical, too. We will see temperatures warming up into the 80s by noontime, 91 degrees this afternoon at 3 o'clock. But there will be a very small chance at a stray shower by around noontime, but I'm not really counting on it. I think all in all, partly to mostly cloudy with highs in the low 90s this Wednesday. John Thomas.
Thank you, Alan. Plans to demolish Christus Spa Memorial Hospital and renovate its shoreline location are moving forward. Nueces County commissioners approved the plans earlier this week, and hospital board members made the final decision last night. The next step will be to finalize design plans. Officials with Spawn want to demolish the 70-year-old Memorial Hospital location and move its trauma center to Spawn Shoreline, which would also see an expansion. The first building to be constructed is the new Dr. Hector P. Garcia Health Clinic that'll be located next to Memorial. Some residents are still concerned with the $325 million move and may form a petition.
If you feel strongly about this position, whether or not Memorial should remain or whether it should be demolished, there's good arguments on both sides.
A petition must be filed within 31 days. At least 10% of registered voters, or roughly 18,000 people, have to sign that petition in order for action to be taken. The 10-year-old boy who was shot Sunday night in a triple homicide in Flower Bluff remains in critical condition. That boy underwent arm surgery Monday at Driscoll Children's Hospital. Investigators say 63-year-old Samuel Toomey shot the boy and his mother, 32-year-old Laura Ogden. Ogden died. 63-year-old Pamela Rhodes and 56-year-old Ricky Collier were also shot and killed. Investigators say Toomey had issues with the victims. Funeral services for the victims are pending. To the NFL and breaking news this morning, the Minnesota Vikings have benched star running back Adrian Peterson this Sunday until his legal issues are resolved. Peterson has been placed on the NFL's exempt commissioner's permission list. That means he must stay away from all team activities. Peterson was kept out of Sunday's game after a grand jury indicted him on a child abuse charge. Court documents allege 29-year-old Peterson spanked his son with a stick, causing welts and bruises. The running back said he accidentally physically injured his son while disciplining him. Peterson added, while he is not a perfect parent, he is not a child abuser. President Obama plans to further action against ISIS. CNN's Andrew Spencer shows us how we will detail strategies that could include ground troops, as U.S. air power has already helped Iraqis so far.
President Barack Obama turns his focus on ISIS with his trip to U.S. Central Command in Tampa, Florida. With military advisors briefing him on the battle plans, the president addresses the ISIS threat later this morning. Considering his options on the table, Obama has made one policy clear: no American boots on the ground, a sentiment echoed by other NATO countries.
My Prime Minister has made clear, particularly after the last brutal beheading of David Haines, that we would take whatever steps are necessary to counter the threat of ISIS. So we'll see where we go. But clearly, we're not in the business of putting troops on the ground.
This week, U.S. airstrikes are playing a key role in helping the Kurdish Peshmerga make advances against ISIS. Not far from Mosul, the Peshmerga have pushed ISIS back, retaking positions along the route from Erbil. But the situation could change. Should local forces try to retake Mosul, which has become an ISIS stronghold, American military brass may ask the president to reconsider his policy.
If we reach the point where I believe our advisors should accompany Iraq troops on attacks against specific ISIL targets, I'll recommend that to the president.
The Obama administration has ruled out putting American military advisors in Syria as Congress considers whether to authorize the arming of some moderate Syrian rebel groups. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Today, thousands across the Lone Star State will stop and honor the life and legacy of Dr. Hector P. Garcia, a Coastal Bend man who dedicated his life to the fight for civil rights. September 17th is the official recognition day. Dr. Garcia is recognized nationally for his role in creating the American GI Form in 1948. He recruited more than 700 Hispanics in Corpus Christi to join. It was created to address the concerns of Mexican-American veterans who were segregated from other veterans groups. Take out your pen and paper. I want you to write down some stuff here. Later this morning, Incarnate Word Academy will honor the civil rights pioneer with a special mass at 8:30. Students at Mary Carroll High School will also stop to reflect on his work. At 1 this afternoon, the Island University will announce a scholarship program in honor of the American GI Forum founder. Scorched earth, flooding just ahead. Areas of the West Coast experiencing the brunt of severe weather. Check out that school bus. We'll take you to the scene. First 3 News reporter Sarah Costa is keeping our planet clean, one park at a time. She's live at Oso Creek Park this morning. Sarah.
Good morning, and it all starts here. When we come back, we'll let you know how you can roll up your sleeves along with other local volunteers to clean up Oso Park this Saturday.
This is 3 News First Edition with John Thomas Kobos, Jane Monreal, Sarah Acosta, and NWA certified meteorologist Alan Holt. This is 3 News First Edition.
Machinery Auctioneers had a big public auction coming to Alice, Texas this Wednesday, September 17th, 10 a.m. We'll be liquidating a Houston-based construction company. Everything must go from hand tools to construction machinery, backhoes, excavators, ag tractors, mowers, and over 50 work trucks. Also big trucks, vacuum trailers, flatbeds, belly dumps, and frac tanks. It's auction time this Wednesday, Alice, Texas. For more information, call 210-551-1718 or go to machineryauctioneers.com.
Moody's Quality Meats has been serving our customers for over 40 years. We have the best selection of beef, pork, chicken, lamb, veal, buffalo, and more. We produce a wide variety of products, including fresh smoked sausages, whole-to-bone stuffed chickens, demi-glaze, and cooked entrees. If you need help with that special recipe, cooking supplies, or seasoning, we have that too. We've changed a lot over the years, but what hasn't changed is the quality and friendly service you'll get at Moody's Quality Meats, 4703 South Alameda in the Meadowbrook Center.
IHOP's newest waffles are so full of great stuff, they're Waffleicious. Introducing Waffleicious waffles, only at IHOP.
Yeah, nobody else but IHOP would think of something like this.
Try our new savory bacon cheddar.
Bacon and cheddar cheese, it doesn't get any better than that.
And new berry blueberry cheesecake with blueberries and cheesecake baked in and on top.
It is so loaded with blueberries.
You get the tangy, sweet, perfect combination.
Hurry in for new Waffleicious waffles. Another great IHOP value that's truly
Waffleicious.
IHOP, everything you love about breakfast.
We are pledging to leave it better than we found it.
I'll pick up litter and dispose of it properly, whether it's mine or not.
I pledge to leave it better than I found it. You can too. So go online, take the pledge at leaveitbettercc.com.
Help stop the wrath of trash and leave it better than you found it.
Take the pledge. Take the pledge.
Take the pledge to leave it better than you found it.
There's nothing like the 2014 Nissan Sentra. It's sure to keep you and your friends moving and connected. Yeah, life at the top is pretty good. Save up to $1,500 on the 2014 Sentra or get 0% APR for up to 72 months. It's a great choice. Nissan, innovation that excites. Shop at choosenissan.com.
KIII and the Drug Enforcement Administration is teaming up again for the Prescription Drug Take-Back Day on Saturday, September 27th. Turn in your unused or expired medications to the KIII TV studios. For more information, visit KIIITV.com.
There are some clouds around this morning, not as much rain though as we saw yesterday morning by a long shot. In fact, almost everybody very dry, but there are a few clouds skirting the area, no rain falling from them, and temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s, some spots in the 80s. Ingleside and Port Aransas closer to the water. The moderating effect of the water keeping those spots at around 80. We're at 77 in Corpus Christi, and the winds are back to more out of the south. They're going to stay consistently out of the south, and that means that we're going to transition back into into that more summertime tropical feel to our air. So winds at about 5 miles per hour. They're light, but the big thing about the winds is they're out of the south. We don't have that northerly component to them like we had the first part of yesterday and on Monday, making it feel a little bit nicer. So more tropical here, way more tropical out to the west of us. This is what's left of what was Hurricane Odile. It has scraped the entire Baja Peninsula, now starting to turn more to the north and east. Some of its moisture getting pulled into the Panhandle and even into the eastern parts of Texas. This is all riding around a big area of high pressure. Our rain chances are somewhat going to depend on how this flow interacts with little pieces of energy embedded within this area of high pressure coming around it. So if we can get this to slide further south, rain chances look better. If it stays further to the north, not as great. But it looks like Friday we might see a little nudge to the south, and that could give us a few more showers around here on Friday. I'm not too optimistic on our rain chances here heading into the rest of the work week and the weekend, although some forecasts I've been looking at are looking very wet. I just don't see it here for us. But this Odile, what is Tropical Storm Odile right now, is going to move into the Central Plains. It's going to combine with a rather large weather system, a big dip in the jet stream, and looks like next week early, probably on Monday or maybe even early Tuesday time frame, we're looking at a weak front sliding down here and the chance for a few showers along this front. That's not till after the weekend, though. The weekend, if you're wondering, does look dry and warm for right now. Today we do see some clouds around. I don't think we see a whole lot of rain, just a stray rogue sea breeze shower. This is today at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Then for Thursday, the same thing. Again, the models are just not seeing the rain here, although our moisture and our environment is very tropical. I'm just not seeing the forcing that we need to get the lift for the showers to develop. So there will be just the stray sea breeze showers in the forecast, and if we do see any in Corpus Christi, I think it'll be around the late morning, early afternoon time. If we do see any rain at all, then pushing in with the sea breeze as the day and afternoon wears on. So 91 in Corpus Christi, a stray shower possible around noontime today. Warm and very tropical with southeast winds between 12 and 18 miles per hour. Tonight, mid to upper 70s near 80 at the beach, humid with the light wind out of the southeast still. Friday may see a few more showers, but still not a whole lot of action. And then temperatures warm for the weekend into the low 90s before our next weak front comes in early next week, dropping temperatures into the 80s and giving us a small chance for some showers. John Thomas.
And we look forward to that rain too, Alan. Thank you. Fires and flooding continue to stir up trouble for millions on the west coast. You just heard Alan mention remnants from Hurricane Odile are bearing down, that is, on the southwest, bringing heavy rain and winds. Storms are derailing trains and ripping off roofs. In San Diego, look at that, wind sent planes crashing into vehicles. Arizona, New Mexico, and California are bracing for major flooding today. The Golden State is also dealing with raging wildfires. Crews are battling at least 15 uncontained fires. In Sacramento, more than 11,000 acres have been scorched. Imagine driving through that smoke right there. Okay, so Oso Creek Park is one of the largest green spaces in Corpus Christi. 3 News reporter Sarah Acosta is there live with how you can keep the area clean. Sarah.
Yes, and it's so important that we do keep the area clean. I'm here with local volunteers who are making sure that happens this Saturday with Roll Up Your Sleeves. Come out and volunteer from 8 to 11. And basically, you all guys are looking for what? I'm here with Art Norman, who is coordinating the event.
Well, volunteers, young and old, we'll be spreading some dirt, some fill materials to help with the trails. We'll be trimming some of the trails back as well and picking up trash where we need to.
Yes, and I'm also here with Chad Huckabee. You are the master naturalist of the park. So what kind of potential does this park have?
This park has great potential. A lot of the native stuff is still intact. There is some along the fringes here of the buildings, invasive species, guinea grass primarily. But a lot of potential here, and it's one of the few places on the coast in Corpus that we still have access as public citizens.
And it is a large, large park. And Ashley, so young volunteers can come out too. So why do you think it's important for, the younger kids to get involved and keep your parks clean?
Because it's good for environment, because it's good to clean up outside.
Absolutely. It's good to keep our environment nice and clean. Back to you.
Okay, Sarah, we'll be checking back in with you shortly. Thank you. Brew U, still to come, which college is offering a higher education in all things beer. We want you to grab a pint. Plus, if you're looking for a tender and juicy tenderloin, we have you covered. Mr. Food is next.
This fall, saving is in style at Ashley Furniture Home Store's Fall Style Event. Explore handcrafted pieces like this dining room, only $9.99. Or this Zellen Queen poster bed, just $3.29. This vintage casual sofa, $5.99. Or this youth vintage casual bunk bed, only $4.99. Or get 36 months, no interest for those styles you love at the prices you live for. Hurry in to Ashley Furniture Home Store.
Hard water shortens the life of everything in your home. Save money and protect every tap, every room, every one in your home. A Culligan whole house system doesn't cost, it pays. Just call.
Hey, Culligan man.
Hunting season in South Texas. Out here, patience can prove to be a virtue. When the birds are flying, the adrenaline starts pumping and doesn't stop until that final kick, making it all worthwhile when you walk away with your limit and a smile on your face. And right now, you can bag your limit during Truck Month by getting a total value of $9,500 off a 2014 Silverado. Only at your Coastal Bend Chevy dealers.
We have a saying, me coffee is Sue coffee. Our way of inviting you to share what's ours. So between September 16th and the 29th, we want to treat you to a rich, smooth McCafe coffee for free. Why would we do that? When you have something this delicious, you just have to share it. On the casa.
Here we are again, the Roberts from Sound Vibrations.
Sound Vibrations is the best student guitar in town for only $109.
We've been told that Sound Vibrations has the best selection in
guitars,
amps,
drums,
keyboards,
sound system,
recording, DJ, and lighting gear.
Taylor,
Martin, Fender. Sound Vibrations is your only independent Gibson dealer in South Texas. All at internet prices. And only Sound Vibrations can do your repairs in-house. Sound Vibrations at 6 Points. SoundVibrations.com. Open Sundays.
Well, check this out. I just learned that Alan's not a foodie.
I'm
so
not a
we're,
foodie.
We're going to learn together.
I'm tempted, though, sometimes to take pictures of like my bacon and eggs in the morning.
Well, that's why we have Mr. Food here. Lean and tender.
Yeah, he's going to show us an upscale recipe for the other white meat.
If you're like me, you're always looking for a way to get the best for the least. And to me, one of the best buys at the meat counter has to be pork tenderloin. Think of it sort of as the Cadillac of the pork family, yet the price is fairly reasonable. And just in case you're not familiar with it, I have the perfect recipe to introduce you to it. And it goes like this. We start by coating a whole pork tenderloin in some seasoned flour, and we sear it in a skillet until it's golden brown. You see, searing it seals in its natural juices. Once that's done, we take it out of the pan and set it aside. In the same pan, we add some sliced mushrooms and lots of onions, and we'll saute them until they're tender. Then we'll give it a splash of Marsala wine, which will give this an amazing flavor. Okay, the pork goes back in, and we'll cook it for a few more minutes until it's done just the way you like. That's it. And when we serve this sliced with all the flavor-drenched onions and mushrooms, get ready for a meal that scores big every time. I hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our juicy as can be pork tenderloin marsala. Let me tell you, you're going to want to keep this on hand whenever you want to impress anyone, any night of the week. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we're looking for an easier, yet fancier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Tasty. You just barely need a slice to it and it peels apart.
Look like it would be good with this next little thing.
Oh, exactly. If college students have yet to find a designated minor at their respective colleges or universities, one private four-year college, will soon be offering a minor in beer.
Where was that when I was in school? Paul Smith's College in upstate New York will begin offering a minor in beer studies to its students. In spring of next year, students will have to take a series of business management courses in marketing, advertising, and promotion, and students will also be required to take classes in brewing and the business of beer, and probably a very booming business too. You see all the merchandise going out, so that's probably a pretty cool little major there.
It's not too early to think about a beverage or two. Yeah, Paul Smith's College is not the first to offer beer studies. The school will join a technical community college in North Carolina and the University of California, Davis in alcohol education.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
I guess you need to be reminded to drink safely and responsibly if you get involved in that course. And
yeah, it's interesting too. I think it's more of like a hobby of sorts because you can kind of fine-tune to your liking. I guess it's kind of like cooking in a way.
Yeah, true. You can find a flavor that works for you. I know a lot of people here in the Coastal Bend that are brewing their own beverages.
Me too.
And hey, can't go wrong. 3 News First Edition, your #1 source for news in the morning.
And the weather, we're going to have a look at your forecast coming up after this.